So you're dreaming of a life in Australia. That's an amazing goal. But before you even think about packing your bags, we've got to talk about the very first and honestly the most important hurdle: eligibility. And it's so much more than just paperwork. It's really about showing that you're the right fit. In this explainer, we're going to cut right through all the noise and focus on two super critical checks that can literally make or break your application. Ready? So let's ask that again. Are you really ready for this journey? It's a huge question, and the answer? Well, it starts with understanding what the Australian government is actually looking for. This isn't just about ticking off boxes on a form. It's about painting a really clear picture of who you are and why you'd be a great addition to the community in Australia. And this is it. This is where it all begins. The eligibility check. Now, don't think of this as some big wall designed to keep you out. Think of it more like the main gateway. Every single person who applies has to go through it. And understanding how it works, that is your absolute first key to success. Okay, so this first part can definitely feel like a bit of a gauntlet. I get it. But it is totally manageable once you understand what the government is truly asking for. It's all about knowing the rules of the game. Right, look at that word on the screen, mandatory. You have to pay really close attention to that one. These are not just guidelines. They're not suggestions. These are hard and fast, non-negotiable rules set directly by Australia's Department of Home Affairs. If you don't meet every single one, your application just stops, dead in its tracks. It's pretty much that black and white. Now, there are a lot of requirements, for sure. But today, we're really going to zero in on two of the big ones, the two that tend to trip people up the most. First, your personal immigration history. And second, for anyone applying with kids, your family situation. So let's break down exactly what they're looking for in each of these. Let's tackle that first one head on, because for a lot of people, this is a huge source of stress. Having a visa issue in your past can feel like this big, flashing red flag on your application. But here's the thing. Knowing exactly what kind of issue you had is the first step to handling it the right way. So what if this is you? Does a problem in the past mean you're automatically out? No, not at all, not necessarily. But, and this is a big but, it does mean you need to be crystal clear about what happened, because the Department of Home Affairs sees these two things, a cancellation and a refusal, very, very differently. You have got to understand this difference. A visa cancellation is when the government takes action and revokes a visa you already have. That's serious, and it can actually lead to a ban on reapplying for a period of time. An application refusal, on the other hand, is less severe. It just means a new application you submitted didn't meet the requirements. The outcomes are worlds apart. So the most important thing here is that you absolutely must know which of these two categories you fall into. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about our second critical point, and this one is all about family. If you're applying with a child who's under 18, you have to get this principle deep in your head. The Australian government sees the best interest of the child as a primary, and I mean primary, consideration. This quote, it's pulled directly from the Department of Home Affairs, and the wording is so important. We might not grant this visa if it is not in the best interest of an applicant under 18. That phrase, might not grant, gives the department all the power they need to refuse a visa based on this reason alone. This is not a small detail. It's a core value of their entire immigration system. So what does best interests even mean in the real world? Well, the department is looking at the whole picture. Everything from a child's basic right to be safe and well to the emotional damage that could be caused by separating them from a parent. They're looking for proof of a stable, supportive home. And believe me, they will take any family court orders or legal documents very, very seriously. So now that we've looked at these two really different rules, one about your past, one about your family, let's kind of zoom out for a second and see how they connect to the bigger picture of your whole application. I mean, on the surface, a visa issue from your past and the well-being of a child seem like they have nothing to do with each other, right? So what's the common thread here? What is the government really looking for when they check both of these things? And here's the answer. Both of these checks, they're designed to build a complete profile of, well, you. It's about your character, your sense of responsibility, and whether you're a suitable person to join the Australian community. Your immigration history tells them if you follow the rules. Your family situation tells them if you can provide a stable, positive home. It's all part of them trying to get to know the whole you. Okay, we've covered the what and the why, so now it's time for the most important part, the how. Let's turn all this info into a real, practical action plan that you can use before you even start filling out that application. Here it is. This is your path forward. Step 1, review. Be brutally honest with yourself about your visa history. You have to know what's on your record before they do. Step 2, assess. If there's a child involved, try to put yourself in the immigration officer's shoes and look at your situation based on their rules. Step 3, gather. This is where you collect your evidence. Get every document, every record, every court order that backs up your case. And finally, step 4, seek advice. If you have any doubt at all, especially if you've had a cancellation in the past, please don't just guess. The stakes are way too high. So look, if you take away nothing else today, just remember these 4 things. 1, eligibility is absolutely non-negotiable. 2, a refusal is not the same as a cancellation, and that difference is everything. 3, the best interests of a child can be the single most important factor. And 4, preparation isn't just a good idea, it is the whole game. At the end of the day, a visa application is really just your story. It's the story of your past, your present, and what you hope for your future in Australia. So after all this, just take a quiet moment and ask yourself that one final crucial question. Is your story ready to be told?